Well, thank you for coming on my show. And can you tell everybody about yourself?
Can I tell you about myself? Yes, of course. My name is Derk Visser. I am Dutch. I was born in Holland and I moved to Belgium when I was 14 with my parents. So I studied in French and I went to school in the French part of Belgium. And then after that, I studied, I worked in several countries, and after that, I moved to Indonesia.
And what made
But
you,
before that, of course, I loved acting, I loved theater, I loved music, I loved sports. I was a, um, how do you call that? I was national champion triple jump in Holland for a few times as well. I did karate, I did pencak silat. Still do pencak silat. You know pencak silat is?
no, I was about to ask you what is
That's
that?
the Indonesian martial art. I do that for like around 30 years right now.
Hmm.
I reached the level of like pendekar, that's called master in Indonesia. So that's why this like all the movements here you see like this, very
Right.
fast. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So
So
what made
that's
you move from your home country to Indonesia?
okay. That's a very good question. No, actually it's a very easy question. The I was working, I studied, I worked, and then I suddenly thought like I didn't take a holiday for more than 2, 3 weeks. Let's take a break for like at least 6 months. You know what I mean? So I thought like very easy answer to my question because my ancestors come from Indonesia. So I thought like, let's go to Indonesia. I
Hmm.
arrived there in 2002 and I straight away fell in love with the country and I stayed there.
Wow.
Yeah. And
And
then
of
from that moment
course,
on,
talk about your films that you've been doing there. You did your Scandal, that was 2022.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and
a
then you
lot, a
talked
lot, a lot.
about Jakarta open beta, and then of course you're in Disney Plus.
Yeah, at the moment I'm they can see me on Disney Plus Hotstar at the moment. And it's a horror movie, it's a horror series. I appear in like I think like 7 or 8 episodes. It's about a bunch of children that they discover a grave and it appears to be like Dutch people. They were
Mhm.
murdered in the 40s, you know what I mean? The whole movie plays in 1998, and from that moment these Dutch people they hunted their house. So I'm one of these Dutch ghosts with flashbacks and everything what happened in the past and how it happened and everything. So that's at the moment airing on Disney Plus. And after that there is very soon, it's still a bit confidential, it's a very big project. It's from a Mexican blockbuster movie. Indonesia made a adaptation. I cannot say the name yet because it's not on Instagram yet. I
Which I
can't say it.
understand.
Yes, but it's gonna. It's already like Amazon Prime bought the rights already.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be. I think within Q1, Q2, or no, what is it? Within a few months, lah. It's gonna be
Hmm.
released, and then it's gonna be like be seen on Amazon Prime. And at the same time, I also did last year. I shot like in my second HBO series. Also, where I play like a Dutch engineer, like a Dutch scientist.
Right.
Yes, like hired by the Indonesian government to find like a treasure from the VOC period. You know what I mean?
It's
And then this
amazing. And then of course, 2022, you were in a film called Scandal.
in 2020. Yeah. I appeared in a scene, in a hot scene with a very famous Indonesian actress. Indeed, yes.
And
uh, Cinta Lora. She's
and
very famous here, and I had a hot scene, and they wanted me to play that scene. Oda, that's it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, of course. And the movie Scandal, was that filmed in Indonesia, or did you have to leave to film that somewhere else?
No, it was in Bali. It was shot in Bali.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They asked me in the beginning if I wanted to do it. In the beginning, I said like, um, well, I said no actually in the beginning, but the
Hmm.
casting director like really like begged me to do it, and then apparently I figured out that like they the main actress, Cinta Laura, chose me to play that role because I had experience in this kind of like scenes. You know what I mean? Like uh, yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Right, right.
so
And it's
so
amazing.
it's like
I saw the trailer of your Scandal, and then of
yeah.
course I saw your trailer of you being in Disney Plus. And again, congratulations on those. And
Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
you're very
Rachel.
welcome. Disney Plus is going nationwide, actually.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. It is.
And I personally believe it's amazing because I have a lot of respect for Disney Plus because it's helping a lot of young kids to be entertained, right? And
Yes,
when you
indeed.
talk about horror movie or horror shows in Disney Plus, it's not like not so horror because they don't want to have kids have nightmares, but it's kind of like
Yes,
horror, but not bad. So it's like you have a lot of kids are like bragging about, we have to watch Disney Plus because it's like
yes.
it's
It was a funny experience because it was a horror movie, a horror
mhm,
series, 10 episodes. And there were some like really like serious, like scary scenes. But because like the main cast was like a lot of children, so like very difficult to handle, of course. So
mhm,
sometimes I arrived there like at my scene at 11 o'clock in the evening, and because the children were like here and there, and then I just like I just I had to do my scene before the sunrise, so I shot my scene at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So
right,
sometimes during these days of shooting, you have to be patient. But if you love this industry, if you love acting, you're patient.
right,
You just sit
100%.
down, you relax, you read your script again, and just wait for it. You know, it's
Hmm.
like, I mean, if you look at all the people that they're
Right.
busy with their cameras and they're they're moving the cameras there from there and there, and then you think to yourself, it's not too bad. I can't complain. The only
Hmm.
thing I do is like, I just have to wait. There's a
Right.
chair. I've got coffee. You know what I mean? It's tiring. You fall asleep, you have to wake up again, you have to slap in your face, and you're a senior, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's like if you love this job, if you love acting, it's how do you say? It's a blessing. You know what I
Right.
mean? You got nothing to complain about
Hmm.
compared to all these people who do like who are like busy. I've got so much respect for the makeup artists who are there in the morning before we arrive. They leave before they leave after we left, and all the other people like there. I mean, like it's amazing. I mean, like we are there. It's a call sheet. We come on the scene. Sometimes it's a bit postponed. Oh, you have to shoot at 11, but then at 2, and then suddenly it's at 5. So it's just a simple question
Hmm.
of waiting. That's it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and you have to love what you're doing.
Yes, exactly. It's just a passion, and just be patient
Right.
yeah, be aware that you have nothing to complain about. Actually, you know what I
It's
mean?
yeah, and this is your first time, not your first time, but the first time working with those kids on the Disney Plus thing.
With kids, with Disney Plus, yes, the first time I started acting in 2005 with corporate commercials, and in 2006 or 2007 I did like a big commercial for in Indonesia cigarette brand, you know.
Hmm.
2007 another cigarette brand, and meanwhile I started to do a cooking show.
Right.
Like it was like an American producer who saw me like doing like a consultancy for for a restaurant, and he saw me cooking. I said, like, do you want to have like your own cooking show? I said, yeah, why not? That sounds cool. And then we did the pilot, and then we sold to a national TV channel, and then they bought it, and then there I was, like, voila, on national
Wow.
TV, like where everywhere like recognized me. Like that was like the first time I felt like, what does it feel like to be famous?
Right.
Right, you know what I mean? It's like it's always like a mystery. Like, what does it feel like to be famous?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right, right.
And
So,
right now,
you
yes,
know, my question is, do you see yourself still living where you are, or do you see yourself potentially like maybe moving to LA or Los Angeles or New York to try acting as well? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
that's a very good question. Actually, I have no expectations. I just do what I love. I have my agent in Los Angeles. They send me like sometimes a script or like a audition. I do my thing, and I tell to myself, if I don't try it, I'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I will not tell. I cannot say it's my dream, because the dream is like it will like obsess you. But when it happens, it's a blessing. You know
right.
what I mean?
100%.
That's the thing. If it happens, it's a blessing. But I will not like hope every day it will happen. If it happens,
Mm-hmm.
it happens. That's the thing. It is.
Right.
It's just
And
like for me. It's like more like I would like to express myself, my acting experience, my skills, my acting in a way that I can like that could be exposed in a proper way. That's all.
right, right. You know, and uh it's just for you to be in Indonesia. You went from your home country to Indonesia, and all this acting opportunity that you have for yourself, your agents in Los Angeles. I was just being curious because if you ever had a thought or a potential maybe moving to LA or New York, and I
I
don't know if
have
you I don't know if you gave the answer, but to me it seemed like you're okay where you are right now. Is that correct?
I'm okay where I'm in Bali at the moment. You
Hmm.
know Bali?
Yeah, I know where Bali is.
It's a beautiful island in Indonesia. I'm there. I'm working on some projects at the moment. And yes, of course, LA would be like the like the place to be, right? But I
Right.
mean, like, yes, like with 10, maybe to end with 15 auditions per day. I have a friend. He's called Victor Mambo. Very good friend. He's Indonesian as well. He is also a martial artist, just like me. Sorry.
And no, it's
And
okay.
you know, he is, and he does like a lot of auditions, and he got some roles sometimes, but then, like, it's very difficult to get like to the breakthrough. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's the thing, the breakthrough. And what I discovered during COVID, before COVID, everything was about cinemas.
Right.
OTT was there, Netflix was there. But after COVID, during COVID, everything was about all these actors who are like amazingly talented but not famous, right? They
Right.
got like their chance to expose themselves, like in The Good Doctor, The Hundred, the Ozark. All these actors, they had the chance to expose themselves how they were acting because the cinemas were closed, so
Hmm.
everything was OTT. You know what I mean?
Except the
So that
TV
was like,
show industry.
sorry.
Except the TV shows.
Yes, exactly. TV shows. Yes, exactly. Normally I have I just finished a TV show, and I'm going to do a new TV show next month if everything goes well according to schedule. You know how it goes. And then another one, and then there's a film, maybe in August and July, where I play like a bad guy again. Sometimes I play a bad guy,
So
sometimes I play.
do you usually play bad guy roles?
Uh, I certainly play often antagonist. Yes.
Because I noticed
But sometimes I also play like I play like a like a surfer playboy, or I play like a romantic guy or a good father or whatever. Or
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes, yes, when they look at my face, the directors know the shape of the face and how they look. And I do my casting, and I get a role of an antagonist. For my first HBO series was like I'll play like a very, 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 very nasty guy. Very nasty guy.
And because a lot of your movies and shows I've noticed on your IMDb and you can correct me, is a lot of lead roles of males, but also
Yes.
what I'm noticing is that some of them are, like you said, a family role, but also you're like a horror lead role, or just
Yeah.
or just a regular. So that's what I was just wondering, because you seem like a person that likes to be in a action horror films. Am I correct, or?
Yes, I would like to express myself the way I can,
Mm-hmm.
the best way I can. If it's action, I can do it because I'm a martial artist. If it's a character role, I can because, uh, well, I don't want to like throw flowers at me, but I can do it, and I feel I can do it. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
just a challenge. It's like more like you read the script, right? Okay, the script is there. What is your character?
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to be that character? Not just by reading the script, but just be loyal to myself and give a personality, an identity to that script, to that character, to not uh, look like unnatural. You know what I
Right.
mean? Last time it was a series. I had to play like a businessman, a surfer businessman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if I can say this. I don't know anything about surfing. I never put one foot on a plank, but I had to play like a surfer businessman, right? So
Right.
like luckily my opponent, the other actor was like a guy from Los Angeles who played in a lot of stuff in LA. He knows a lot about surfing. I don't know anything about surfing. So
Wait,
sometimes
wait, wait. Time out. Time out. You don't know anything about surfing?
nothing, zero. Maybe I look like a surfer, but I'm not.
To be
So I had to
honest,
say all these lines about surfing, but I don't know anything about it. So it
no.
still
To
have to
be
look natural.
it's embarrassing. I agree with you. I don't understand it. It's for me. It's like, you go to Hawaii, you go to California, and you see all these surfers laying there, and it's really
Yeah,
cool. But I just don't know the science or the math. Like, you see the wave coming, I just don't know how they're able to use their hand, lay on the board, and then somehow stand up and ride the wave.
exactly. And then in the script, you have to pretend you know everything, right?
Right.
So it's like, and I have to repeat, what is it again? The sentence was it called again? What's it called again? Oh, this, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Silence, camera rolling, and act. And there we go. All right, then we go. And then in the end, it just works. You know what I mean? Like, you just pretend you know, and then you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
pretending
luckily,
you know how to
sometimes
surf.
it's very good to have like your co actor who understands about it, who helps you, and if you have a good chemistry, it's very nice. It becomes natural. You know what I mean? The most
Hmm.
important thing about acting is it looks natural, not like reading a script.
Right, right, right.
Like you have a script, you know what it means, but I mean, like you don't. Not every word is exactly like in the script. Sometimes you
Hmm.
just have to be yourself. It's like, okay, I know the lines, I know what it means, but some words are different. The most
Right,
important thing is like the message is delivered. You know what I mean? In my way. That's acting
right.
in my way. It's like acting without acting. You know what I mean? Like Bruce Lee said, it's like the way of the fighting without fighting. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Right. Sorry, I had to mute myself. I was coughing. But
It's okay. It's okay. I have a cup of coffee.
what age did you start acting?
Acting. I started very early at the age Well, I won my first competition acting at the age of like 7 or 8 without even knowing I was acting. My mom, there's an acting competition in our village. You have to play like a drunk cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so what do I have to do? Well, you just wear boots. I make you a beard. You wear a cowboy hood, and you just have a bottle of water, which I fill with like apple juice, and you just pretend to be drunk, just like your dad.
Right, 100%.
Okay, just like this. Yes, you just walk down the street and do like that. Okay, and I after the 500 kids, and then in the end they called me, and the winner is Derk Visser. Huh? Okay, I didn't care about my acting experience whatsoever. I cared about my prize. You know what I
Right.
mean? I cared about my prize. I
And
got like a huge like
what prize
sorry.
did you win?
I thought I got like a huge box with like the things like to draw, you know, because I like drawing, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't like I just did what I had to do and people noticed me and I won the first prize.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And before that also like theater at school and stuff like that, you know.
So
And then I went in.
pardon me, since you mentioned theater, do you like theater or do you like being on screen the most?
I like to be on screen, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, yes. Because it's more in my vision, it's more I like improvisation
Mm-hmm.
because you can do what you want to do. You can like just like on the moment itself. I can do it right now if you want to. You just pretend to be somebody without thinking. Just like nothing else happens. You just do
Right.
your thing. But like on screen is like it's organized. I like that
Mm-hmm.
part. Theater is like okay, you're on scene and it's a different part. Like I'm more used to being on scene than than on theater.
Right.
But theater is a very good experience to learn to go further on into the acting experience.
Right. And
Some
one thing I
people who do theater were very famous. I used to work with a very famous actress. I had a few scenes with her in a very famous movie. It's called The Earth of Mankind,
mm-hmm.
from a very famous writer, Pramutya Anantatur. And she is a very theater. She's a very actress from theater, and she didn't like to play in the movie between us, yeah, because she's too much theater. The cameras and everything was like disturbing her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Could not like express herself, but because of her, the film was a success.
And
You know what I mean?
a lot of people say that theater um on stage is a good practice to
Yes,
get used to your get try to get rid of your nervous because when you're on
yes,
camera you don't have
yeah,
to
yeah,
worry about because you have action. So and I know a lot of actors and actresses out in this industry that loves to do both. They like to be
yeah.
on TV and they like to do on screen. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, and then you have some in situation that they say no more theater, only on screen. And you gave that good answer. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Now,
there were some scenes they told me that we did reading for 3 months, and then suddenly on the set in the studio, the director changed everything. So the whole script was changed. She had to change the character a little bit, and she was like,
hmm
she's a theater person, so she was like totally confused. You know what I mean? Like she had to adapt again,
right,
and she did it in an amazing way. She's a very good friend of mine. She's an incredible actress, very famous here. She's a legend, but it was very frustrating for her to do that. You know what I mean? Because she was
right.
like, sometimes she had like a scene in a house, in her house, and she stayed there all day long to
Wow.
be able to prepare for her role. And I had one scene with her, a very important scene in the end of the movie, where I had my mustache, my big mustache from the colonial days, and sometimes my mustache like dropped a little bit, and it was a very intense scene. And we were like, I was fighting with her, and being very nasty and saying bad words, and suddenly I felt like my mustache, my left one, was going down a little bit. I felt it, but I just keep on going. And I saw the actress. Her name is Ine Fabrianti.
Hmm.
Ine Fabrianti. I saw her face changing a little bit. And I said like to myself, okay, let's go going. Was the director is a bit like, you know what I mean? Let's not make a mistake. But suddenly the DOP, he started laughing like very loud, and then the main actress, like the actress Amy Fabrianti, fell on the ground like laughing. She could not stop laughing anymore because my mustache was like this. You know what I mean? Like this. So
And
after that,
and
I
now
told the director, and after that, I told the director, please, Hanu, we need at least 30 minutes to calm down. After that, you know what I mean? And after that, because it's one of the most, nobody knows it. People
right,
who watch that scene, they think it's like it's the end of the movie. It's so emotional. It's like, and then he said, okay, okay, take your time, take your time. And then after that, I said to Ina, okay, when they say action, then we look at each other into the eyes. Before we just look down. Only action, we look into your eyes. Otherwise, if you look each other into the eyes, you're gonna start laughing again. You know what I mean? So it's like a very serious scene, but we only look into our eyes when they say action. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're gonna start laughing again because it's a long day, serious, and everybody has limits. You know what I mean?
hmm. And and now you have a mustache, so now you're okay.
Sorry.
Now you have a beard. I say mustache, beard.
Yes, it was for a role. It was for a role, and yeah, I have it. I still have it. Yes, I just also my hair is a bit longer than before.
Hmm.
Was for a role. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to cut it a little bit, but I'm gonna let it grow again. So we'll see.
Right.
It all
And
depends
that,
on the role I get.
now, do you have any other upcoming roles?
Yes, I have a role. It's coming up in August or September. I have to play like a bad guy. I don't know exactly what. I'm gonna get more news the second week of July.
Hmm.
Before that, I'm going to do a cooking show because I'm also a chef. And I'm going to be a host for another TV series. And so we'll see. We see how it goes. And
And
if
now,
they say for my new role in the movie, I say, well, you have to cut your hair short. Well, then I'm going to tell them, all right, you want me to cut my hair short? It took me like 3 years to get it like till there. You know what I mean? How much you going to pay me? No, I'm joking.
so you like to have your hair long.
Well, actually, as I'm also working in the F&B industry, right?
Hmm.
You also have to have your hair short, right?
Right.
So the last time I had my hair long, like really long, like I was when I was 23. So and now for a few roles, I had to have my hair long. So I just let it go long till there. I just cut
Right.
it till there again for a new role, and now I'm gonna let it go again. So like it all depends on like how much they're gonna pay you. You know
Now,
what I
when
mean?
you mean your hair was long, like how long?
Before I cut it here, it was still there to my shoulder.
Okay, that's
like a
not bad.
like 1 month ago. 1 month ago. Yeah,
Well,
yes.
that's not bad. I thought you meant like it was like long, like in the
No, no, no,
ponytail.
no, no, no. Still here, to my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Because
I
I
just
know
got a
us,
little bit from your roll.
right? I know there's some actors out there. They tell them we want you to grow your hair as long as it can for your next upcoming role, and they're like, "What do you mean as long?" They just said, "Just don't cut it off. Just let it grow." And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, exactly.
they come back like maybe 7 months later, and they're like, "Wow, your hair is really long. This is what we want." And you have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get in the movie scene. They want you to somehow put your hand in a
yeah,
ponytail or
exactly.
something in the
Yeah, yeah,
movie, and
exactly,
and you have
exactly.
actors kind of talk about, it, and they're like, "I never had my hair grow that long," and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
and then they're like, "I'm not so used to it being this short now." It's like
Yeah, yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
and then you have
Sometimes I'm like this. It's
some
like, where's my hair?
right, and then you have
You know
some
what I mean?
actors who are like, oh yeah, they never had a beard. They never let their beard grow. And you have some actors who are like, we want you to grow your beard. And they're
Yeah,
like, really? You want me to grow my beard? And then when
yeah,
they
yeah,
cut it off, it's kind of like, wait a minute. something doesn't
Yeah,
seem right. And it's like,
yeah, yeah. You also have to always have to like what they want. Okay, I want you to have a beard. I want you to have your hair long. Sometimes because you're gonna maybe gonna play like a bad boy, like a gangster, or like a head of a gangster mafia, whatever. So we're gonna put your hair long and put it in a ponytail. So you have to knit your hair long, stuff
mhm.
like that. Okay, that's why I did some rules. You're gonna be a surfer, so you have to knit your hair, have to have hair long, and then you have to play like a VOC soldier or like a Navy soldier. You have to have your hair short, so you have to put it like there and then cover the hair that's behind. So you have to cut it a little bit. What I mean? To play with it. What I mean?
Wow.
But I'm
Yeah.
never gonna cut my hair short like this again. No, it's gonna take too long to get it long again.
Right. It does take it seems forever.
Damn, it takes a long time, man.
And then you have to
Damn.
cut it again. They're like, well,
Yeah.
we like it, but we want you, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's like, do I
Exactly.
have to?
I love I love to feel it, like you watch it. I love to feel it, like, oh God, I love to feel it. Sorry.
No, no, I totally understand it.
I love to feel it. Like, right now it's like, where is it, man? Where is it?
Yeah, where's the
And
hair? Where's the hair? That's
sometimes
true.
I regret it. Why did I cut my hair? Damn it.
Right, you kind of get so what do you call it? Disappointed when you have to cut your hair.
Yeah, because you have to wait again, you know what I mean? You have to be patient. Patience is patience. Patience is a virtue, but I mean, my God.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
then you ever like you were like, oh, my hair's short, and then you have to wait I don't know how many months, and then your hair's grown, and then for yourself an actor, you may get a role, and they're like, we know you just let your hair grow, but we need you to cut it again. And you're like, again, I just let it grow.
yeah,
It's like,
how much you gonna pay me? No, it's just like, luckily it's not too short. What are we talking about? We're talking about hair. God damn it.
right, hair is too short. Nah, we want it to grow. So I mean, and then of course, but for you, like I have to say again, congratulations on being on Disney Plus. That is, you
Very
know,
much, yes.
the reason for me, I consider it for me, it's a big deal because like, you are showing a lot of young kids. It doesn't matter what part of the world, who may be looking up to you, or a lot of these young kids actors who may be thinking about, ooh, I want to be an actor. And when you
Mhm.
have them watching Disney Plus or cartoon, especially Disney Plus, and they're looking actors like you and a lot of these young kids out there, they're like, wow, if these kids that are my age, then I have a potential to be on a show or a movie
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
showing young kids, and you're
yeah, yeah,
you're showing the young kids in the United States and Asia that, hey, there is a potential for you. And that's why for me it's a big deal. And I have a lot of respect for Disney Plus and a lot of
yeah,
actors who are on Disney Plus, because you're
yeah, yeah.
showing a lot of these young kids that don't give up on their
Yes.
dream.
No, no, it's true. It's true. Totally true. It's like they're focusing a lot of the young kids, of course, but yes, they see the efforts that the older people do as well. You know what I mean? Of
Hmm.
course. But it's also it was also directed by one of the most successful financial accomplished directors in Indonesia at the moment. Um, so yeah, it's a success. It's a horror movie. Indonesia loves horror. I play a ghost and then the flashbacks anyway. But yeah, you're right. It's like Disney Plus is big. HBO is like HBO is HBO. It's my
Yes,
second
HBO
series
is
of
HBO as well.
HBO. I'm pretty like yeah, kind of like not proud. Proud is a sin. I'm kind of like yeah, it's like HBO is my second one. It's not bad. I tell to myself, it's not bad. You know what I mean? Not bad. And then of course we have like I'm very proud. Like I'm pretty like I shot this movie in with one of the most respected directors in Indonesia at the moment. I cannot say a name. In 2021, I shot it in two islands, in Lemongan and in Bali. It's from this blockbuster from Mexico. I
Mhm.
cannot say the name yet, but it's coming out pretty soon, and that's going to be a very, 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 very very big one, very big one, very
I
big movie,
can't,
and that's on Amazon Prime, so that's going to be big.
I can't
So and then
wait
yeah,
to
we'll see,
talk
we'll
about
see.
it in the future
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
with you again.
yeah.
Um,
Again,
like I said, I looked on your IMDb. You have so many stuff that you've done. Congratulations.
thank you very much.
HBO, Disney Plus. I saw the trailer on Disney Plus. It's amazing. I saw you on HBO. Amazing.
When I play the bad guy,
Yeah, yes. Most of
when
your
I
role.
shoot the when I shoot the mother and I shoot the kid and I try to the woman, right?
Right. Yes, I know. You,
That's a funny story actually. If you want to hear about it, if I can tell on Japanese, this is Japanese TV.
well, you can tell the story, but this my show goes nationwide, so.
All right, okay. Well, I received the script. I had already knew I was going to play a bad guy. I arrived on the set. It's Infinite Studios. It's like the Hollywood studio of Asia, which is
Hmm.
owned by Mike Wiluwan. He was also the producer of Hitman. I arrived on the set and they say me, "Hey, you're gonna play Andres?" Yes, I'm gonna play Andres. Did you receive the script? Well, not the complete script, but I know exactly. I know a bit like what I'm gonna play. So, oh, here's the script. Okay, all right. Thank you for the script. Hmm? Right. Okay. Turn suspense off, and then takes his underwear off, and then puts his in the and then makes the movement like, oh my god, I'm not gonna do that stuff. So I was like, this is like a real rape scene. So I called the director and with the main actress, and we talked with the producer, and we said like, I mean, this is the first episode. I'm gonna kill the mother. I'm gonna kill the brother. I'm gonna rape her. Come on, this is too much in a very. The team, the choreography team, they already prepared the whole scene, and I saw the way it is like, oh my god, this is like too much, man. So we changed it. Like I was about to rape her, if I can say this, and then she stabbed me in the bed and then I die. So that's like the beginning. That's like the beginning of the show. The first episode, like I destroy her family, and then she takes revenge on the Dutch. At the time. That's my first HBO series. Yes.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
intense.
It was very, very impressive to do that one. I arrived in my hotel in the evening, and I thought after a whole day in the studio, and I thought to myself, to be honest, wow, what did I do today? This was amazing. I mean, what an experience, you know what I mean? This cameraman there, the DOP there, there's people there, the makeup artist. So every little, because I was fighting with a knife, everything has to be the continuity, everything up there and there and there. And the fire, the walls, everything is like, you throw a woman through a wall, the wall looks like a wall, but the wall was like movable and everything. Like
Hmm.
the tables are movable. It's like not a real table. It's like, and the woman was the actress like my who I played with. She's a very famous actress in Indonesia. She was like so good. I mean, like she was like a bit like, how do you call that? Like shy to play that kind of person. It would be
Hmm.
very difficult for me to play that role, to be this nasty guy, because I'm not that nasty guy.
Right.
So I mean, because of her acting experience, I was able to go into that character. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I did the best I could, and yeah, it went well. When I
Well,
look back
even
at it,
still, it was still congratulations on being on HBO.
thank
You
you very
know,
much.
you're very welcome. And then now here you are on Disney Plus.
Yes.
And again, congratulations on that low too. So it's like, like I was trying to say, excuse me, on your IMDb, and you have all these acting roles, acting career growing, and you have so many more coming, and it's just, for me, I have interviewed so many actors and actresses and a lot of kids who've been on my show who are young actors and young actresses as well. They're inspiring. They're, I have kids who've been on my show young age. They're
Yes,
talking about inspiring people younger than them to get into
yes,
acting, and it's just for you to be on Disney Plus again. I know it seems like I'm bragging about, but for me, passion is a big deal for me because you have a lot of kids out there who
exactly.
are especially watching Disney Channel or Disney Plus,
Yes,
and they're thinking, I want to be on screen. I want to be on a Disney movie. I want to be on Cartoon Network, or and it's like for them to see, they may not see you or any other actors in other films, but they see you and all these young kids on Disney Plus, and they're like, wow, if this person can be on there, or if this kid's actor can be on there, then that means I can do it. I'm gonna try. I want to try
exactly.
to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
And that's where
exactly.
they are. You have Disney Plus studios growing everywhere. And it's amazing, in the United States and Asia. And you have kids now these days who are young, 6 years
Yeah,
old or 7 years old, and they
yeah,
tell their parents, I want to be an actor. And then they start
yeah,
auditioning. And maybe
yeah,
9 out of 10, maybe not 9 out of 10, but maybe half of that, they may get an opportunity to
yeah,
audition for a Disney
yeah,
Plus role. And
yeah,
right. And they're like, wait, I'm on Disney Plus because
yeah,
I auditioned for it. And that's right there. And they're like, wow, I just started my career on
yeah,
Disney
yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
and they may be on Disney Plus for half of their acting career, and then suddenly, boom, they may be on Netflix and HBO.
True,
So
true,
it's
true.
like that's how I look at it. It's like you have a story to tell. You go from, for you be on Disney Plus. You have people looking up to you, and you have people looking up to you, and all these young actors out there, and then kids on Disney Plus. But I believe you're telling a story, you're making a film, you're making a show, but also you're showing these young people or older adults that if you want to be an actor,
Yeah,
go for it. Don't stop.
yes, exactly, exactly. There was one scene in the series. Um, um, we are a Dutch family. We all get killed by the local community. I have one little daughter. She's a bit like she's not very well in her head. She does nasty things, but I protect her. I'm her father. I protect her. And well, the local people are like attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
My other children get like dragged away. We are about to be hanged. And I fight and I fight and I fight and I try and I hide my child in in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
And that moment when I try her in a cave, that moment was very emotional for me. Very emotional. I was like, she had a little puppet with a name, or a little Barbie girl, whatever it is. And that scene, I mean, she just took it like an acting scene,
Right.
but I took it like further. I saw, I took it like maybe because I have a child myself. I just took it like I had to hide her into a cave. I had to talk to her, and and the thing is like I hide her there. We're gonna be hanged, and the hanging scene was like pretty awful. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like the special effects. I mean, like the stunt team and everything. It's
Right.
pretty
Right.
painful. Pretty painful for a man. So I mean, like, but I mean, like, we fight, and in the movie, she is there, still alive, when we are killed above. But she dies of hunger in the end because she cannot get out, and all the blood falls down and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
that scene, and even the DOP and the director, they said like, "Wow, look there, look at this scene. This is a Hollywood scene. This is a Hollywood scene." So me, I'm very curious, like to see if that scene is not cut out because sometimes they cut out like scenes. You know what I mean? Like, and I look at it
Yes,
myself,
they do.
and that scene stayed with me for 3 days.
Hmm.
Honestly, Yoshi, that scene stayed with me for 3 days because it was emotional. I put all my emotions in it.
Hmm.
I think acting is also like that. You put your emotion in it. It's not like just like blah 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 blah. You put your emotion in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for example, you cook like a nice dish, or you prepare like a nice dish. You think about the recipe like the day before. You put all your emotion and your passion in it. You know what I mean? And I that scene, I put all my emotion in it, and we did like 3 or 4 takes, and it was like the DOP and everybody else, they loved it. They said like it was amazing, and I looked at it and I said like, wow, I was impressed by it because it looks so real. And that's the
Right.
thing about it, like it has to look natural. And even I had to teach the girl Dutch. You know, dankjewel, papa. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, daddy. You know what I mean? Like stuff like this, little improvisation. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
but it's like to tell you, it stayed for me for 3 days. I dreamt about it. The day after, it still was with me, and yeah. Sometimes some scenes, it's not like it's just a scene. It stays with you. You know what I mean?
Right. I do.
Stays with you. Stays
Yeah,
with you.
that's true.
This is
It's
one.
this, because it's a passion. You're telling people stories sometimes, but sometimes you're not telling people a
Yes.
story, but you're just making this scene, and it does stay with you for like a
Yeah,
long,
because
long
you're
time.
totally in it. You imagine the situation, and you do it the way you
Right, because you
with
get in
all your heart.
you get in that moment.
Yes, in the moment, and it doesn't. It just stays with you.
Right, it does.
You know what
100%.
I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And this
it
girl was so
does.
cute in the way she looks at me with her eyes, and she played her role pretty well, and then it stayed with me. It stayed with me. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's good. And, as being an actor, it's you get into character, and you just somehow it's hard to get out of the character. And then
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
get out of the character, you just like you said, you just somehow you think about it for a while. You're like, wow,
Yeah,
I that was an intense scene, or wow, I
yes,
played this role
exactly.
very well. It's
Yes,
like
exactly. Yeah,
you
exactly,
think
exactly.
about it. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's for example how you win awards
yeah,
because people see that and they recognize it, and they're like,
yeah,
wow, this
yeah,
person got into character, right? And that's how you look at it. You're like, wow.
yeah,
But it's like, I'm trying to find the right word to describe it. It's like, I don't know if it's about winning awards. It's about making the film, about making stories out there, about movies and TV
yeah.
shows, and we're here to entertain people out there, and then
Yes,
um impact people's lives.
yes, and the way we can, right?
100%.
The
Right.
way we can, like we do the best we can, and that's all we can do. I
Yes.
think that's all we can do.
100%.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. I do. Like I said, thank you again for being on my show. I
You're
appreciate
most
you.
welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I
It's an
would
honor.
love
It's an
to.
honor.
You're very welcome, and I would love to have you back on my show again.
Anytime, just call me. Send me a WhatsApp and a DM on
Messenger.
Instagram, an email, whatever.
Yes, I will. And I thank you again. I look forward to having you back on my show.
Thank you very much, Rochi, and very success to your show and the future talents and actors who are coming to share experiences as well.
Thank you. That
And I
means a
wish and
lot.
I wish
And
everybody a lot of success and happiness and health, and and most of important of it is happiness and satisfaction in what they do. And don't hope too much. Just do what you do, and don't expect too much. Just go with the flow.
right.
That would be my advice. Go with the flow. Don't expect too much because you're going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Have a dream, go for it, but don't expect too much. Do what
100%.
you do best.
I,
Do
I
what you do best,
I
and
totally
see what
agree with you.
happens. And see what happens.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree. 100%. Thank you
Yes.
again for coming on my show. We'll stay in
Thank you very
touch,
much,
and I and
Richie.
I can't wait to have you back again.
It was a pure honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay in
Thank you. Yeah.
touch, and I'll look forward to
Stay in
having you
touch.
back.
Thank you very much,
You're
Hiroshi. Thank
welcome.
you very much. Thank
All
you very
right.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.